A French astronomer in the 18th century put a plant in a dark cupboard and watched it. And the plant in the dark cupboard opened its leaves at the same time as the plant exposed to sunlight, and then closed its leaves when it was dark at night. And from that, there's this whole concept that every living organism has a body clock or a clock mechanism of some description. We live in a 24-hour environment, but we have a body clock of 24 hours and 6 to 20 minutes. So each day we need to reset our body clock so it matches up as closely as possible to the environment in which we live. When we are exposed to light, then melatonin, our sleep hormone, is suppressed. When we have long periods of darkness, as they do in Scandinavia and other northern European countries, then you often don't get enough melatonin at the right times. And most people believe that it's about making us sleepy, but that's actually a secondary component of melatonin. The primary effect of melatonin is to drop your body temperature. So you can't go to sleep or fall asleep and stay asleep unless you have melatonin being secreted. And that is in response to either light or dark. What we want most from sleep is we don't want to think, we don't want to feel, we don't want to be responsible. We want time out. And when we don't get those things, when it's really difficult for us to go to sleep at night, if you've got a delay in your body clock, such as delayed sleep-wake phase disorder, your sleep-wake cycle can be an hour longer than everybody else's. So you're like permanently jet-lagged. But really the most important thing is that you have a sort of fairly constant getting up time, because our body temperature is at its lowest point 2 hours before you wake. So you want light exposure after that. And if you have light exposure after that time, you will shorten your sleep-wake cycle and it will match up with your environment better. So the two things that are really important about our sleep is being up for a number of hours, which gives you a sleep debt, or you have sleep pressure, and it needs to be at the right time of the circadian rhythm of the 24-hour period that you can go to sleep. So those two things need to match up for good sleep. And it takes a lot of practice to put things into the background. It's all about saying, if I keep holding on to this, worrying about this, planning for the next day, you're then telling a part of the brain that there's danger, so your brain will keep you awake, because if your brain has to choose between survival and sleep, it's not going to choose sleep.